There you go, now you're on there.
No, we're live, drinking tea in the workshop. Hey.
You're live drinking tea in the workshop, I've got stuff to do.
No, don't leave me on my own. I need an adult.
You need it, yes, you would. Poppy!
Okay.
You can adult us, can't you? Yeah. What are you doing today? Because I've got no idea.
Okay. So, well, there's various projects that have been needing attention, and I haven't had any workshop time at all for ages. So, the first one I want to try and look at is doing something with this. Because when I made it, I had the idea of using it as part of a money box.
Are you telling me, or are you telling the people watching?
No, you, because there's nobody watching.
Yeah, there is one person watching. I don't know who it is. I'll see if I can find out. Because I've never done it through Hangouts before. I messed up your setup, so let me see if I can try.
Okay. So anyway, I want your help to make a box frame, money box, incorporating this Disney design, so that I can use it as my holidays saving box for the next Disney trip. That's the plan. And Richard's got some projects as well I think he wants to get on with, so hopefully it won't be all tea drinking. I've
always got projects I need to, because I have to hang TVs on the wall and redecorate playrooms.
Make steps.
No, I don't have to.
Hashtag make the step. So this needs sanded, right. And then ebonite. He's left me already. Wait, don't leave me without an adult, or I will use your tools and all your materials and you won't be able to be crossed. Oh, hello Wayne. And hello Doggy Noodle. So, in case anybody watching doesn't know, I am not a woodworker. I don't know what I'm doing. Is this alright to use this? I'm just taking the rough bits off of this.
Yeah, you can. There's plenty stuff in it. That's what it's for. Can I go live on my channel? Don't want location. Create title.
So I went down to the charity shop this morning and picked up a couple of cheapo frames so that I would have some glass to use for the front of my box frame. And I'm hoping that Richard's going to give me the relevant supervision and tutorial to make.
Yeah, right.
Box frame.
Well, that's really weird. I've never live streamed on my channel from my phone before, and I've just got the thing out and putting the title in, and it's all in black and white. This looks like some dodgy film noir.
I need a scalpel.
This one in the top. Scalpel blade. That's a start. There's definitely one in there. Don't know if it's I'm on the Wi-Fi. Smile for a thumbnail. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Hang on, no. Go back. Go back next. That's really good. No, I don't want to. More options. New thumbnail. I have no idea what's happening here.
This is pretty far from perfect, but it was my first scroll saw project, and I didn't want to I just made it for something to make, but I didn't want to just bin it when I finished. So it's full of mistakes, but I don't think it will really notice that much once it's all together.
Right. I've never streamed from my phone before, but Kat is in the workshop, and she's live streaming on her channel, isn't it? She's live.
Yes, I am.
So head on over to the channel, hit the needle, and see us turning around. This is weird because I'm looking not on the camera. I don't know, I've never done it before. With my phone. So yeah, head on over to Kat's channel and send us some love. we're going to make some stuff. I'm doing. Oh, I want that. A lamp. I'm doing that, which is a project that she's been working on. So yeah, I don't know how long we're going to be on for. Probably 4 days. She's got loads she wants to do. So if you find us on Cat's channel, I'll see if I can put a link down in the description of this, or in the chat or something. But I need to work out how to do so. So we'll see you over in a bit. Hippie Noodle is the channel.
Right, I've taken all the rough bits off the front. Now, what do I do about the back where it was all chewed up? Because I just used cheap stuff.
Hide it.
Just, yeah.
Just hide it.
So just don't worry about that.
No, because are you not putting that on a piece of glass?
Yeah.
Have you got the glass?
On the table there. Doggy Noodle, you're going to have to go round the other way and in the back door. Can't get in there because the camera's there.
Oh, the poor whiffles. What? Oh, what's that? It's a booby trap, isn't it? While you've got this out, can you do a shirt for me for when I go back to work?
You're live on YouTube. Please do not swear. The idea of you wearing a shirt to work is pretty hilarious anyway. So
well, that's very true. That's very true. Let me edit.
Let me just go and let the dog in.
So this is going to be really boring for people, no doubt. Because normally, at least on my channel, I know how to see who's watching. But because we're doing it through Google Hangouts, I need to watch it. From my. It's all complicated.
Can we see? Can't see the chats or anything.
No, that's just what I was saying.
Okay.
So I need to mute this, get rid of that, find you in my subs list, and it should tell me. But this iPad's really terrible at picking up on the network. There we go.
This is the cheapo frame that I got from the charity shop this morning for 50p.
You literally went out on is it Saturday today?
Yeah.
First thing on Saturday morning, raiding the charity shops.
I did.
That it's not loading. This thing really hates the Okay. Am I able to see it from the computer? No, because you're logged into YouTube as you.
Okay. Got firewood as well, Poppy, for 50p. Got a piece of glass and some firewood.
Yeah, so Wayne's watching and you're watching. I think Wayne's probably the only person at the moment. There was a couple of people jumped on my live stream. Well, didn't say anything. It was just people. So once that's uploaded, I'll put the link into your channel. Hopefully they'll head across.
Okay.
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 But yeah.
Steel wool.
Big one.
Yeah.
There you go. Shall I move that stuff out of the way for you so you've got a place to work? Because at the moment you've got, because I want to get on with this lamp anyway.
Okay.
It doesn't fall apart. Retro space lamp. I've got loads of sanding to do as well, and I'll get your mum and Pete's stool out of the way. That sounded better in my head.
What's that kind of stool?
Footstool. Footstool. And if Maggie, if you see this from yesterday's live stream on my channel, your scroll saw thing's been sent. It's in the post. You posted that last night, didn't you?
I did.
So it's all good. So what are you up to, Wayne? What are you actually doing today? Presumably you're out in the workshop or something like that.
I'm just cutting some of these up. Just picture paper, photo paper, cheeky stuff.
No, I might bring Poppy's bed in here so she can just lay on her bed.
Yeah.
I bet she will.
Because the reason why I'm cutting those up, I am going to have a play later with these encaustic wax crayons, which I have done once before. So that is also on the agenda for today in the workshop. Where did you get this from? Where does it live?
It lives on a little peg on the side of that thing. You see it? There we go. I'm trying to get a home for everything, so that then it's tidy.
So I'm thinking that is the perfect size for the money box.
Oh, Eddie's watching as well. Eddie Billiot, so Maggie will know about her thing being posted.
Hi, Eddie.
And Wayne's just finished a video by the sounds of it. He's just uploading it now.
I'm going to put this wax stuff out of the way for now.
Natural Edge bowl in Burrell.
I won't be getting onto that just yet. I have to do boy type making with boy type tools first.
Okay.
So do we cut the glass first and then make the frame to fit it?
We could do it either way. I'd be inclined to make the frame, then work out what size you need your glass, and then if you mess up the cutting of the glass, you can always trim the thing to fit, as long as it's not going to be smaller than that.
Okay. So that's about the size I want. So
that's about the size of it.
That's about the size of it. So we need to start cutting up bits of sticks. Yes.
Bits of wood. Okay. You got. They're right to use. They're just scraps of plywood.
Yeah. That's all right with you. And I can use your ebonising thing to make it all black.
Yeah, I'll go and get the ebonising thing. We'll do that once it's been cut up, because then you won't waste it on stuff that's not.
Okay, what do I do first?
So what do you want? You want to make it on? I was thinking if you make it on edge, like that. Okay. We can put a. People see what's going on there. Do people even want to see what's going on there? There you go. Put those on edge like that.
Yeah.
Put a slot in the back in that side. Put a slot in that side. One for the back, one for the glass.
Yeah.
Then it can go on edge, and we can mitre box slot for your money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So roughly how big do you want the?
Stick again.
I don't know how big it needs to be. Your fan. The dog's gone now. It's like I don't want to get in my bed. It's cold out here. Let's put her bed down here. Let's get in the wall. She might settle there. Now I can move the camera because it's on the wheelie thing. You've got a wheelie.
10 by 8.
Oh, that's 10 by 8. What's that in non-imperialistic?
25 and a little bit by about 20. Do you want to do it in metric? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter. 8 by 10, you say?
Yeah.
So roughly 8 by 10. Okay. Right. That doesn't help with the camera, does it? There we go. So if we say 8. Where's pencil? Pencil. So 8 by 10. Call it 10, 10, and 12. Yeah. 10, 10, 12.
I don't understand.
Well, I'm just marking them a little bit longer so we can. 10. It's because you wanted it 8, so I made it 8 inches longer.
Okay. Yeah. So
hang on. I'm going to make them even longer than that actually. Rather than 10, I'll make it 11 because you need the. It needs to be longer than that. Your 8 is going to be the inside, isn't it?
Yeah.
So by the time it goes out to that, it's going to be longer, and we want it a bit longer than that. So, so if I go, you want it 8, so we'll add 3 inches onto that. It's 11. So 2 at 11, which is 22. Cut it there, and then you want 2 at 10, don't you? Yeah. So we'll make it 24. 25, 26, so we can take off there, there, and there, and there. That means we only need that one, but we've still got plenty if we mess it up again.
I won't mess it up.
Yeah, well, if we do, we do. It doesn't matter. Cut it up, it'll just be scrap wood, won't it?
Did you put the slots in while it's all in one piece?
No, what I tend to do is do them in the smaller bits because you can do, and I did. If that was perfectly straight, yeah, it'd be much easier. But we've got the space, so it's going to be more difficult to handle that long bit. Yeah. But if we do them in slightly shorter lengths, if that isn't perfectly straight or it's got a bit of a twist or something in it, it's less, as you're running it along the fence for like a table saw or something like that, it's got a tendency to move less. Yeah. So you end up with it being a straight line from point to point, and it just makes it line up on the joins a wee bit easier. Because if your slot goes like that, yeah, by the time you've cut that and you've got the gap to join it up, when they actually go together at an angle, they end up being offset a bit. Yeah.
I could use my scroll saw to make the slot in the top, and then I wouldn't need to get the router out.
Yeah, you could do. Or just drill a couple of holes. You could drill it on the pillar drill and then just join them up with the scroll saw or jigsaw even. Yeah. Yeah? Good. Okay. What's next? Saw. Needs to do like a big ta-da on the saw. Ta-da! Yeah. So this frame's just waste, is it?
Yeah, it's firewood.
Okay. Right, twist that up. I'm going to move this across here, back out of the way a little bit.
Well, that's pretty
it's going to be like, yeah, that still works. Then we can do like a ta-da! That blankie on the floor. Right, I'll bring this over here because you're going to want to use this.
I'm just wondering if I can see the chat if I go on the phone.
The chat's on the iPad, look. There's loads on there.
Maggie's got her hands full. What's she up to?
I think she's got her hands full with Eddie. That's what she means. She wouldn't say it, but
Leona's popping in just for a few minutes. I am making a box frame money box holiday savings box type thing with a Disney theme. Save for my next trip to Disney. Happy birthday, Leona! Oh, is it your birthday today?
Oh, happy birthday.
Returns. Dave's here. Hi, Dave.
Did people find this live stream on Kat's channel through their subscription to Kat's channel, or did people see it from my live stream that I did a few minutes ago, or both? Because it's interesting to know where YouTube's actually putting the alerts and stuff.
Just Jamie. Love the soot spray on your shirt. What's that, Shaq?
I can't see because the thing's around the corner again, isn't it? There you go. That works.
That looks really scary.
Look more scary when the thing comes up and goes, rah. Okay.
God, such a female. Right.
You used this before anyway, haven't you? Right. If you cut, there's a little bit on there. If you cut that bit off, because that's our bit of waste, what we'll do is when you cut the angles so that it doesn't spew out the back, we'll use that bit of wood and I'll clamp it to the back of the fence, and you can cut through that, and you'll see what.
Yeah.
You also make it easier for lining your bits up as well.
Gotta have your bits lined up.
Absolutely. I'll just grab some clamps so we can clamp those.
How does that look on the thing? Am I in the way of the camera, or can it be seen?
It can be seen.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. You can see it. I'll move this across here a bit. Problem with having this on the wheelie board is the floor's not level, so you end up with like it's like leaving the car on the hill with the handbrake off. How's that? There you go. Now you're not in the way.
Thank you.
There's
quite a few people now saying that they've finally found me, and Ian Garthwaite replied to your question. He found it via your live stream. Eddie got a note on his screen while he was browsing.
These clamps. Some?
Yeah. What am I clamping to where?
No, just not for now. You need those in a second.
Okay.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So squeeze and press at the same time, isn't it?
Yeah. So the top one lets it drop down, and the little one with the trigger lets it.
I want to make sure it's pushed all the way down yet.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. What I'll do is we clamp that on there, like that. It's a little slot at the back. See the slot at the front? It'll be about there, but on the back. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Right, so now for this one, what I'll do is I'll set this, it's just going to be a, in fact it doesn't really need to be a marker. What I'll get you to do now is basically exactly the same as you did before, but just make a little nick in the front of that. Yes, just to go to pull the blade all the way down, but just take it far enough forward so that it just nicks the little, so you can see a mark in the wood basically. Oh, hang on. Let's let go a second. There you go. Won't work as a light. Move that over to. Oh, you look pleased. Move that over to 45 degrees, and then you can make another little nick, little mark on there. With these, they all need a mitre on both ends. You might as well, with that there, do all of them all at the same time. Just take the end off. Yeah? Yeah.
And then measure it before we do the other end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we know they're oversized, don't we?
Yeah. Okay. So then.
So it's going to cut there, yeah. So
I'm assuming I'm lining the end up with the nick that I made there.
Pain. So that's going to cut across there where that laser line is, yeah. Okay, like that. Just going to cut down there.
Yeah.
And across there. So this bit of wood is going to end up being that shape.
Yeah.
So if you get that corner to follow that line, as long as this corner is right over the end there, do you see what I mean?
Camp's still in the way.
Oh, so just take that one off for now. Okay.
So line that up like that.
Yeah, so just cross it over a little bit, and then it won't. You see where that's torn? That won't tear on the outside of the mitre then. All right.
Okay.
People can't see because you're in the way. So,
On there.
put it up on there. How's that looking? Look.
Yeah, that's better.
Just like that.
Yeah, like an overhead shot. Got less chins on it there.
I think you've got that. Hang on. Oh, look at it go.
Ready then?
Yeah. So just be careful of that, because you don't want to cut all the way through that. There's only a little bit of wood on the back there. Yeah. So cut all those off. You haven't gone all the way through that one. Just cut all the way through that one now, so just push that up, put it over, but that's fine. So all this doing is protecting that back edge. See how that's burning on that? It's nice and neat and nice and tidy, look. You got that burning? Yeah, you just because you're just kind of mincing around with it, you probably want to trim that one off again. Somewhere in the middle. Yeah. But yeah, if you're not burning and it's nice and tidy and neat. Right. Okay.
I know, Eddie, I do need my step. Can't reach anything in this workshop.
Rubbish.
Maggie's saying Happy New Year, Richard.
Yeah.
Oh, Pammy's here. Hi, Pam.
Hi, Pam. We was talking about you earlier.
I'm glad you're here because do you remember we were talking about the wax painting when I was at
The microphone's up there.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. I'm talking to the tablet, and not the camera. I'm going to get my wax painting out later. So oh, you're in the shed. In the shed, okay. Well, if you're still here later, you'll be able to see that anyway. Okay.
Right.
We've got to measure it.
Yeah. So what I would do now is cut the slots in that, because you'll need, if that from the inside, if that's your length, yeah, like that, if that's the length from there to there, the inside, because that's the important bit, your glass and your back is going to want to be a bit longer because it's got to go inside. So your corners are actually like more than it says, yeah. So if we cut the slots for the glass and the back, then we can get that back on there and just trim them up so they're in the right size. Yeah. Right, I'll pull that out of the way. Unplug that.
Obviously going to need this again when we get to the other ends.
Yeah. Just leave that in place. What I'll do is I'll put that. That's your.
We've got Kirsten Pervin Davies, who is new to us. She's found us from Instagram.
Oh, hello.
First time seen and come across you guys. Yeah, from the Insta stories. Awesome. Welcome, Kirsty.
Did you do an Insta story?
I did.
I didn't.
You're rubbish.
Yeah, I am. I'm absolutely. I'm also not getting on with any of my own projects.
No, well, that's because
Oh, sorry.
can't leave me without adult supervision.
Well, hopefully, should be right. How thick is your glass? It's going to be really thin glass, isn't it?
It's pretty thin.
It is pretty thin. It's actually thinner than this blade by not a massive amount, but that'll give you enough play for the blade. Yeah, that'll be fine for the blade. You don't want it too tight anyway.
No.
And you're going to use this back, or do you want a couple of MDF for the back?
Yeah, no, I'll use that back. Might as well. I'll put something decorative on the inside of it.
Okay, are you going to use that? Probably not, because that needs to be.
Won't need to, will I? 'Cause the box frame will stand up on its own.
Yeah. So if I take that off.
Yeah.
Break that off there, because it's actually that I want. Because I want to know the thickness. So that is. Right, so you see that's a little bit thicker than the blade.
Okay.
So we'll have to cut a little bit and then cut a little bit more.
Yeah, because it needs to slot in and out, doesn't it, the back? So you can get the monies out.
Oh, yes. So you want the back to slide in and out as well, don't you? Okay, right. No one can see. No one can see. So basically what I've done is checked the width of the blade against the thickness of this back, and the back is ever so slightly, yes, I've got grey hair, ever so slightly thicker than the blade. So we've got to cut one bit and then move it across a little bit and then cut another bit. The glass, however, is thinner than the blade, so we can do that in one go. Right. There's 4 bits there. Can you grab another one of those bits of scrap off the saw? Where do you want your back? Do you want the back to be right on the back, or do you want it to be?
Yeah, I think so.
As in, just let in. In fact, we could do that.
Because it's got to slot in and out, hasn't it? So.
Do you want it to slot in and out, or you could just have it to come out on those pins, like a normal picture?
No, I think I'll have it so I can slide it out, because it'll make it easier to get to the money.
Okay. Never miss anything simple, does it? Right. Okay. So if we put the back towards the back, yeah, and then the glass, what, same distance in?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So there and there. Okay, I'll move the fence across here. Oh, look at that, and it's nearly lined up perfectly. That's purely by fluke. Right, so what I do now is I'm going to run that bit of scrap through there and make sure it's the right depth.
Yeah.
and the right width. And when we're happy, we'll run all of them through.
Yeah.
And then I'll widen it and make sure we're happy with that. So I'll do a few practice. Well, you can do a few practices on that one as well, actually.
Right. Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you this. This will be a bit more safer for you. I think we're not going all the way through, are we? Right. That on there. That on there. That on there.
Micro J.
Yeah. This will be, I think for this it'd be great. All we've got to do, because it can hold all the way onto the top of it and just zoom it through. Yeah. Right. How high is that? About right. For height. Okay. Right. There, people have to let us know if it's too tall, too loud. So, put it on there. Against the bend. Like that. You've got to be aware that that blade can come out the back. That'll fit the glass in, so the width fit there. Ooh. What it does. Yeah. Right. Yeah, 2 tons thread. So you want to practice on this one? Yeah. There you go. No, that's it. Oh. Just keep it nicely up. If you bring that over slightly, then you can push it that way and that onto the wrist, and you'll see that it just can do that. Yeah? Yeah, don't worry about that. There's a little bit of a wedge just standing, sort of a lead in on the fence. Start like that. Huh? Like that. Yeah, so, yeah. You might want to be with your right hand on there, and pushing your ankle slightly away. So kind of stand slightly, that's it, and then you're sort of naturally pushing it into the fence as well then. Okay. Yeah? Start button's there, all you've got to do is just hit that whole lot and it'll turn it off. Yeah, that is good. Just be aware when you're pushing, you were moving this faster than that. I thought you might run out of wood. Yeah, I'm not sure I like that. Hold it like that. You can do. You can always try it and see. Keep that on there like that, and then you can push it that way with that one, and the back with that one. Yeah, well, okay. Clear the line. Like that. Put that on the front. That's it. Push. Sort of, well, no, I don't think you did. You sort of stopped. I didn't realise this was going to go into the blade if it's going. Well, it's better that than your finger. Yeah, but I just read it there. I know, but that's just a bit of plastic. Yeah. Been in there. That's what it's for, though. Don't worry about that. Look, I mean, these are really expensive and they've been scratched as well. So these are still intact, and that's what matters. If I had to do the other side on that, mate. jumps up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You let it climb up the blade.
Yeah. Can I go again?
Yeah, you can do, but don't let it climb up the blade because it can fly back at you on that one. So you got to when you use these, you've got to keep these pushing down and forward. So this one's pushing down and in, and that one's pushing along the fence. That's why that's a little bit. Try putting that one on the front and pushing with the stick at the back. Let it stop spinning. That's still spinning. You got your hand over the top of that.
Okay,
So have that out of there.
that's better. Right.
Okay. Yeah, it's starting to, I've noticed on both of these, just ever so slightly on the very back, when it gets to here, it comes out. And that's consistent on all of them. On that one. That's better. But I know what it is. It's actually, which one did you do? Did you square at the back or was it facing at the back?
That's that one, so.
So it's that way.
Yeah.
So it's,
When I start, not when I finish.
yeah. No, it is when you finish. It can't be when you start because it's not that one there. So it's there, that bit is when you finish. So you get to here and it's in that. Don't worry too much about that. But don't forget the blade is here. Yeah?
So when you get to that bit there.
Well, yeah, this is just a piece of metal.
Right.
So as long as you're clear of that bit, once you get to there, you can just use that bit to fly off the end.
It's boring for people.
It's really boring for me, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
One thing Eddie just said is then you're having to stretch too much, but actually you're stretching over the blade when you with a bit of wood actually past the blade.
Yeah.
It's fairly high for you, but it's obviously stretching the edge.
Got your own set.
Yeah. Last one.
Is that the last one?
Yeah. Keep it away from the blade and start it up. There you go. Bam.
Alright. Next. Are we finished with this now?
Yeah, for now, because we will have to cut the back, but we can probably do that on the on the mic saw actually.
Okay.
Good go. Chatty. What's going on in the chat? Loads of people saying hi. Loads of new people. Just Jamie. Is that Jamie?
I don't know. No, it wouldn't be Jamie, would it? Because he was on his channel.
Sorry?
If it was Jamie Page.
No, not Jamie Page. Jamie from up the road.
Oh, it could be.
If it's from his Instagram stories, it might be Jamie from. I don't know.
Just Jamie. Oh, it could be.
Say home. Cool.
So that's going to slot in. Obviously not full size.
Yeah. So with your, so you see what I mean about it being, if you bring that out, when you've got your mitre, your glass in your back is actually going to be that wide, and then the same. So where your frame is there, you're actually going to be like, your back's going to be here, so it needs to be like that much wider. So it's whatever that distance is from there to the other side, plus whatever that distance is twice, because you need the extra going in here. The same with the height. Yeah. So you need to work out what that depth is, because I didn't measure it on the saw. It was just a little bit, and then we can add that to the distance. So we add that in there. 4 mil. Yeah. So for it's 8 mil. We make it 7 mil wider. You've got a little bit of play.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want that to be whatever size you want it.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know whatever size it's governed by that scroll saw bit, isn't it?
Well, it is, but also I thought it would be much easier to cut the glass just one cut.
Yeah.
If we made it that size.
Oh yeah, we can make it the height wise, but you want that. Did you not want that to be like snug up against the side?
It doesn't have to be.
Okay, so yeah, so basically pick your size and we'll go with that. I don't know if the chat's stopped on the iPad.
Has it gone quiet?
It's gone quiet, which generally means it's the iPad, not the anything else. Oh, I need to put my charger on my laptop before it conks out.
Also,
there you go. You can do it for a minute.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
Well, you could cut your arm off with the table saw.
Yeah. Okay. So, for those of you that weren't here at the very beginning, this is what started it all. This is the first ever scroll saw project that I did, which was just for the sake of something to do, something to make, practice on the scroll saw. But then when I finished it, I didn't want to just bin it. So then I had the idea of using it to make a Disney themed money box. So this is going to be attached to the front of the glass, and then behind it will be a box frame where I can collect all my holiday savings. That's the plan. And now Rich has left me without adult supervision, so I've got to figure out how big I actually want this. And I think 20 centimetres is going to be about right. Okay, so 20 by 25. Or 20.
Well, that's 10-inch bit of glass, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was saying 10 by 8.
Okay.
Because then that's just easiest to just lock that bit off, isn't it?
Fine. Right, well, so we'll cut a bit of glass then. We'll get that cut and out of the way and done. And then just that.
Ooh!
You want something to cut it on, don't you? Right, a bit. Straight edge, mark it with Sharpie. What have you done with my black Sharpie?
I'll give it back to you.
Yes. So what I do is measure that across, 2 lines, and draw a line, because that won't. Your ruler's got quite a way off the. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're using the ruler now?
Yeah.
Smarty pants. Okay. Right, so when you put your...
Do we join those dots
Yeah,
out?
you might as well. Okay. Right. Just that pen.
Oh.
Take that down there, yeah. When you put your thing against the ruler, in fact, that's probably not the best. Actually, it will work. See, it's off by about the thickness of the pen, yeah. So when you put this over here, you need to put that across it. So I'm not a glass cutter. Jamie's the man for glass cutting, as you know. But if you can hear the difference in the thing. So it's 1.
Yeah.
I think I got it, and then it should just break.
Nice.
Straight away. Yeah. Cutting glass is weird because you're taught as a kid to be scared of glass. I usually do it the other way around, have that against the ruler, but it doesn't really matter either way.
So that little black nib is the
cutting wheel, yeah. I'll hold this down a minute.
Oh,
so you've got to keep it against the ruler. So I think you've done it. I think that sounded quite nice.
A few bits.
Yeah, don't worry about that because that'll all be hidden in that little recess anyway. And then it's just like, I think what you can also do if you're a bit
put a bit of something down and just
could do, or you can tap it with the back of that and it'll spread the crack. No, underneath it like that. Under where you scored it. Good. That's it. And you can hold it at the top like that, and just no, like that. That's it, and then that bit, and then just pink. Okay.
That was really scary.
It was because you taught as a kid, aren't you? Like,
yeah.
Don't go near the glass; you'll die.
I'm going to cut glass when I did my fused glass workshop, but it was small pieces. And
did you use little nibbler things?
Yeah. Well, we used a thing to score it with, and then we had like tile cutter things to lever it apart. Okay,
so that's that.
done. Excellent. Has the chat come back yet? No.
It's not come back on here either.
Are we even still streaming?
Top chat. Are we?
Welcome amongst yourselves, people. What's everyone up to today? People getting some workshop time? on a Saturday?
I think people are there. I think, yeah, because I've just put a comment on, and it's the next one in from another one. Also, Jamie said, this is another top tip from Jamie. People don't know Jamie Page used to cut glass for a living. That was his job.
Windows,
yeah, making those windows. On the edge that you cut, you know, you get like a really sharp.
Yeah.
He said if you get one bit of glass and
okay, take all the rough bits off.
You can really sharpen the knife. Takes the.
Every day, the school day.
Yeah. You feel the difference?
Yeah.
That and a bit of 80 grit sandpaper. Oh, Mark Lindsay's in as well.
Oh, hi, Mark.
And F. Taylor. I think F. Taylor's a new one. Pam's making bandsaw boxes. And Mark and Pam are saying hi to each other.
Oh, how nice.
It's all very polite and civilised, isn't it, on your street? Right.
No one giving you grief like they do on yours.
I'm always getting grief. I get grief saying, oh, I need to make a step. And you're getting like,
yeah,
oh,
step
you need
up,
a step.
Richard.
You need a step.
What's next?
Work out
the length.
the lengths, and then we'll cut bits.
Right, so it's 8 inches.
Yeah, so measure out. Measure that to that, yeah, and then add like 3 mil to. So put that in there, yeah. So that meets. Put that all the way across there, yeah. So then you can mark where that is, and add 3 mil to it.
3 mil is not very much.
Yeah, pretty much. It's about the thickness of
Okay.
the glass. Right. So with that, where's that little thing gone? So, because you cut that like that on before, didn't you? Yeah. So rather than move the saw over,
Just turn it upside down.
we'll flip it the other way over. Got that on there. So that's where the glass is. That's where that is. Yeah. So we know that that is where the cut needs to start, and it's going to go that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Shall I mark that across on the other one?
No. We need it on one.
Okay.
Right. Bring this back up here. What I really want is another longer bit than that. Oh, I'm good to you. Do you know that? I'm good to you. Ow. Right, I'm going to put this in there.
Oh, Mark, you're up early. It's not even 6 in the morning there.
Struth. Clump.
That's lifted, does it matter?
Yeah, it does. Okay, how's that?
Yeah.
There we go. Clamp the other one on. There's the other clamp. There's the other clamp. Do the same with that one. Like that. Yeah?
Yep.
So, which one were we cutting? Was it the longer one, wasn't it? That's one we marked.
Yeah.
So now you can pop that on there, and that will cut
that bit. And what I'm going to do is, if you cut that just a wee bit longer past that line, because we want this bit for now. Yeah, hang on. I've got to plug it in and do all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll cut that end off, and then we'll use that bit as a marker. We'll clamp it on the end, and then both bits will be exactly the same size.
Really cold feet, even though I'm wearing really thick socks. Mark's been up for about 2 hours. Oh my god.
That's insane. Is that working, or just been up like doing stuff?
Catching up on podcasts and website
right, let's
stuff.
Just stop doing that because the hangout.
Right, so
Is that better? That's a bit better.
why is it coming towards me?
Oh, because it's not.
So you want me to cut it like there-ish?
Yeah, that's fine. What I'm going to do, there you go, very too far, like that. Where's the wooden one? Where's my wooden one? This one. Just bring that out. If I put that clamp on there like that, that should stop you from going too far back. Right, so I want it to be there. Just hold that there, don't move. Got it?
Yeah.
That's it. Now you can let go. Because I've locked it in place now. Just drop it down so that bit's out of the way we're. That's it. Right, so now that clamp will stop you from going too far back, hopefully, and clunking on the, cutting all the way through that. It goes back far enough to cut the front bit, but it should keep these two bits connected at the bottom corner. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Now we can use that bit. When you've cut that to the right length, so you can cut that to that line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trim that end off. We'll check it, and then we'll use that. Clamp that on there, and then you can just take the next one. There should be exactly the same length there.
Alrighty.
Just be careful that that doesn't lift up. Yeah. If in doubt, cut it a little bit longer than you need, and we can trim it off before. Check it. Put that again. That edge. This is still a little bit. We're right at the end there. How much more have you got to take off that side? Loads. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So take a whisper off that. Because you know where it's going to cut, because it will cut against that line. So however much is away from that, or however much that's over, that'll cut in that much off. Andy's looking close to it as well now. if I put that bit there. Yeah, then you can butt that up against this piece and see how much of a gap you've got there.
Still needs to take a bit more off, doesn't
Okay,
it?
so you just take a hair off. Not too much. Yeah, that'll do it. Don't take any more off that. Yeah. So that's where that is. So if we put that up against there, yeah, that bit goes up against there, and then you can clamp that bit right up against there.
Hang on. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Now, is that your test pitch or is that your long bit?
Oh, that's
That's
the
your
long
long
bit.
bit. Okay, now you can flip that bit in there. Other way around, that's it.
I'll do that.
Yeah. So now you do the same with that the other way. Where's the glass? Keep running off with the glass. Put those to one side. So you want your glass to be there, yeah. Is that right? Hang on, we've got my head spinning now.
My head's spinning.
Yeah. Yeah,
What do you say, Andy?
So, oh, it's freezing. It's not that cold. Seriously?
Yeah, my feet are like ice.
You've got crappy circulation. Yeah, so if you cut that there, you'll be plenty long enough to trim it back.
Okay.
Yeah. You put it on which side of the blade? Which side of the pencil mark was that blade?
It was right on the pencil mark. Is that going to be too small?
I hope not. Just wiggle that at the bottom. See that bit?
That's perfect to me.
I would never have been that lucky. I would never have been that lucky in a million years.
Right.
Honestly.
Nothing to do with luck, Richard.
Yeah. Let's chuck it in the scrap bin now. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, you're way ahead of me. Hold on. There you go. There you can push it against because that's going to flush it in. Yeah, make sure it's tight up against that one.
Okay. Natural talent, yeah.
Natural talent, my
That's what it is.
banjo. Hang on. This one's going to be too short. Right. There you go. Now clamp it on.
Okay.
Yeah. Natural talent, my left pajama.
If only you knew somebody that could knit you a pair of nice thick woolly socks.
What's this woolly socks on?
Who knitted those thick woolly socks?
Me.
You did.
Yes.
So did you knit socks that are below par?
No, they're perfectly adequate for normal environments, just not sub-zero temperatures of fish factories.
It's not sub-zero temperature in here.
Actually, I think it's probably got more to do with my shoes. If I had my DMs on, they'd be insulating the bottom of my feet.
Yeah, it is concrete floor. That's a bit true.
Andy says you've either got it or you've not.
Yeah.
It's just taking that off. Right, I'll just snap it.
Oh,
What?
thought
What?
on the top.
That needs to be removed completely, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
Yeah, so we can do that, and we can take that bit off with the table saw.
Okay.
Well, ideally, actually, what would probably be. See, that's why I said about putting it in a rebate. Like, oh no, it's slightly out because what you've actually got to do now is cut that bit off completely, yeah, and then it would be at the back, so we would just cut that totally off, and it can slide in completely.
Just dropping from the top.
Yeah, it just means that bit will be missing from the back, so you won't see it on the. You'll see a gap on the top.
Yeah, that's okay.
Unless we make another one and keep the wasted bit, because normally you'd put it at the bottom.
Okay.
Put the slidey bit at the bottom, and you won't see it at the top, will you? So it slides out the bottom, not out of the top.
Okay. Is it going to have some kind of fastening on it then, so it doesn't fall out the bottom when you pick it up?
Yeah, we can screw the thing in, can't we, like we did before?
Okay.
But then that'll be at the bottom rather than at the top, so you'll see that at the top rather than the short one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm going to put screws holding it together so I can't dip into my holiday fund.
Glue it. Oh God, that's why I said we should just glue it all up and have it done.
Right. Are we finished with this now? This big scary thing?
So there's that. Can you unplug that from the what's the name?
The what's name being the technical term.
For the Uber. Yeah.
Pammy, how's Jim? We miss you. We'll come up and hang out in Jim's workshop again.
Yeah, Jim has got an awesome workshop. You should do some of your shows from Jim's workshop, Pam.
Jim should have his own channel.
Yeah. What's that? Why's it got a knot in it?
Lucky I didn't knit something with it.
Feeling lucky you didn't cut your fingers off with it.
All still present and correct?
Yeah. Right. What I'll do is I'll wing that short edge bit off. Can you take all that off? Bam, lamb. Out of the short side, presumably, or out of the long side?
Short side.
Short side. It's just going to stand up tall rather than be landscape.
Correct. Oh, Pam says his dad's doing great. He's super excited for Make Essential. Don't encourage him. Oh, we're looking forward to seeing you guys. We've booked our camping.
Oh, we did that last night, didn't we?
Yeah. Ready for Road Trip HQ to head to Make Essential. was Jamie.
Jamie, I've forgotten her surname.
Phone freaked out and you crashed.
Yeah, more like I'm bored and I'm leaving. That's fine.
That's not true.
It might be. People never say, do they? They never say, oh, I'm getting a bit bored. I'm going to go because they don't want to hurt your feelings, which I totally get.
People haven't got all day to sit and watch, though, do they? When you're doing something like this all after.
I haven't got all day to do all this.
Yes, you have. You've got nothing else important to do.
No, I wear my glasses.
Yeah, Pam and Dad are at the Hilton this year. It'd be easiest for her.
Yeah, I'll do that for you.
Yeah, Dave said that you guys are hoping to camp. That'd be awesome. We have to try and get in the same campsite.
Yes. Yeah, where we go is, I think we looked on the map, it's like a 5-minute ride in the car, really close. But Dave's got all the info, the website and everything. So that's ready to go. There you go. Look at that. Look. That's like
awesome.
Well, obviously it's awesome.
That's the bottom, so I need to put the slot in the top.
You want to slot in that bit, don't you? You know, that one.
Bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to do that on the scroll saw? Because if you drill 2 holes, you can join the.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. If
I might well want it.
Yeah. More rubbish.
And then, am I going to colour it before I do it all together or after?
Might as well do it all after.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got a shorter ruler if that's a help.
No, that's fine.
Alright. I'll put kettle on. Back in just
good plan.
Is your cup still through there?
Yeah. I think that'll be a big enough slot. It looks right, doesn't it? So.
Oh, there it is.
I'm totally winging this, by the way, making it up as I go along. I mean, I don't suppose it matters all that much, really, but that's sort of what I'm thinking for the slot.
Decided I don't like that sweetener being in that tub.
Why?
Because it goes into the lid. Just because you know, like sweetener's all lighter than air, soft. So when you move it and it goes, and then it hits up in the thing, and when you open the lid,
I just overfilled it. Yeah, right, if it's like.
Yeah.
Right, so what do you want to do next? Do you want to move the camera?
Yes. Yeah. There's drill bits in there.
Oh, I picked that one, don't I?
What drill bit?
Now then, family friendly channel.
Love that.
No naughty boy behaviour.
Another naughty boy. Okay, so I'm sometimes naughty boy, but hey, it's not. You've got a massive drill bit there, haven't you?
Alright, isn't it?
No, I mean, as in like length. It's gonna need to move that down.
Isn't it? No.
No, it's not. That's why I said I need to move it down.
I'll get out of the way.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
Because if I meant you need to open that little flap, like I said, you need to open that little.
Don't start giving me grief. I'll set Pam on you.
Lefty loosey, isn't it?
Righty tighty.
Righty tighty. And then, so what does he do? Can't do it. There we go. It is lefty loosey.
I'm going to go with the bruise while we're doing that.
Yes, that's a good idea. So I said yesterday on my live stream that these things are need to come off, and actually, I think when Kat's finished doing her thing, I'm going to take this off because it's just, you know. No, need to tighten it. Oh, for goodness sake. It's like I'm giving it a cuddle. Oh. There we go. Right, that's probably a bit better now. Again, left the Lucy. Do you watch this gone bloody too far now? I bet. Perfect. A couple bits of scrap. Do that. Do. Boom. Boom. Those tea's ready yet? Hold on, Richard, I guess. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing with workshops. Mark, you like you say, you've got to move one thing, or sometimes you've got to move three things to use one thing, and it's frustrating. I find that the biggest downfall of having to move something in order to move something else in order to do whatever it is you're trying to do is you then become lazy and you don't, so you use something else that's probably maybe not the best thing or whatever. When I'm disciplined to move things like this, I find it takes a lot longer, but it tends to be a bit safer. So it's kind of horses for courses. If you haven't got the space, you haven't got the space. That's just, the sake of it. And Pam, that's not funny. I don't need a step. What I need to do is get rid of this, and I think I'll probably redesign it just to have not the dust collection, just the fence and maybe the table or easy to bin it. But yeah, I actually had to detrimentally modify the windy handle on that, so it just becomes a pain. Oh, yeah, she really looks like she actually wants that cuddle, doesn't she?
Get her in on the action.
Gonna go in. You can go in on the action. Go say hello, Waffles. It's like we'll have the RSPCA on to us next.
Oh, it's Doggy Noodle. She's benched up. She's cooking.
Would you help it, are you?
Oh,
You're a good girl, aren't you? You are a good girl.
good rough little pig rat.
Yeah. Crazy eyes. Put me down, mummy.
Right.
Now pick me up again.
No, you actually can't help with this bit because you would need a really big step to reach up here. Right then.
Exactly. Now with these drill bits, watch out because these ones have a tendency to want to pull themselves through. So once it gets going, you might find that you've got to kind of stop it from pulling through, if that makes sense. If you want, have a go on that and see what it's like. Certainly when you do use it in a cordless drill, it wants to pull itself through. Okay.
Woo!
That's what I meant.
Yeah, right. Okay.
What have you done? They're blue, they fly, they have yellow tummies. Mind out, let me.
Yes. I see what I've done now. I should have let you do it, Doggy Noodle.
Do you want me to drill these?
Well, how do I stop it from doing
Will you
that?
hold it down?
Right.
That's the.
Do you need an extra hand?
You haven't got to spin it. Just gotta hold it down. But now you know it's going to happen.
Okay.
If I do. I'll try and hold it there and lock that up. That might help you. That'll just break through the surface of that one. That might just help you hold it down. Honestly, it's gonna. There you go. But just like I said, beware that that's gonna. Before you drill that, actually, you mark they dots for where the drill bit needs to be.
No, they're just sort of rough.
Right, it might be worth actually marking because if you drill them out of line, you're gonna have to cut a wonky thing.
That's close enough.
Oh, okay. All right. Whatever. Should have used the router. Hold the bit down to the table. Okay, that's as far down as it'll go because it's a little lock. So, has it gone? Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. Hold it down to the table. Sorry, that's gone.
I thought I had, but it still ran away from me.
That's all right. Those bits
Okay.
will sand off. Oh, that's a bit grubby.
Yeah, that's not so good.
That's because it flew up when you.
Yeah. That's not good. Okay.
Tell you what we do that. This is a DeWalt bit, and they are quite sharp, but they are quite aggressive. So this is what I'm going to do with this. No, can't do that again.
Put it in the bin.
Put it in the bin.
Right. So now when you said to me earlier, are you going to use your scroll saw? And I said no, and you put it out of the way.
You're going to use the scroll saw for this next bit, are you?
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. No, you do that. No one can see what's going on now. Do you want to use the scroll saw in there, or do you want to use it on the bench?
I can do it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. What I will do then is I'll move this over here. Gee, I'm gonna get so bored of this.
Oh, the scroll saw in? Never.
Well, I actually meant moving the camera backwards and forwards every 30 seconds, but yeah, scroll saw in as well. Right. I believe that's yours. I think your papa gave that to you when you got
Oh,
your sort of
yeah.
stuff to start with.
Yeah, okay.
Put that on there out of the way because it's going to get broken otherwise. Can go in the bin. Da-na-na-na. Welcome to Rearranging the Workshop. Today we're rearranging for scroll sawing.
Yay!
Yeah, you can hear the cheers, honey. Hear the cheers. There you go. Come with the lathe up as always. You can fit on there.
Yeah.
With your annoying campsite disturber.
My red fit toy.
Okay. Where's my phone? I need my phone. I need to send Jamie a photograph.
Yeah, where is Jamie? I thought he was coming to join us.
No, Jamie's probably still in bed. I don't know. Ba, ba, ba.
No.
Righty tighty. Might have just been really loose.
Well, there's a...
Yeah, it's just really loose.
Do you think I still need to put the plastic tape on it?
No, what you need to do though is put the blade through the hole
Yes, I do.
before you do all the tightening up things.
Yes, I do.
Goodness me. Dear oh dear. Just wondering if there's a better place to, because no, literally all they can see is your back. Wow, we could leave it there actually because you're completely blocking the view of the scroll saw. I mean that definitely works for me.
Probably not what people tuned in for though.
Well, I can't imagine anyone's tuned into watching scroll saw. That doesn't.
You're just being rude now.
It just doesn't work in my head. I just don't see the logic behind it. Let's put this.
Any need for
Let's
that?
put this over here. Like, if I do that, I can put that in there, you see, like that, and then I can grab that and then just go. Oh, I need to. Oh no, it's all gone round.
Is there anybody watching, I wonder, who's not in the live chat?
How would we find out?
Well,
Because they wouldn't be able to tell us.
no, but they would be watching and could then go and join the live chat so that we know they're here.
Yeah. Once they've finished crying into their hands. Right, just watch out for that cable.
Right. Okay. I'm not plugged in. That would probably aid things somewhat if I.
Yeah. Do you want the? I keep putting that up there so you don't get sawdust in it. There's a plug down here actually. It'd be easier to plug into this one. There you go.
That's the sound, right?
No, it's on slow. Turn the dial.
Did you use this last?
Why would I have used it?
Well, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
put it on slow. That's quite up there now. Is that about right?
It's going to take a while because it's trying to cut through the really wide. unfocused.
Okay, that's not bad. Just needs neat. That's okay, apart from sanding and tidying up.
Yeah, yeah, that does. It does kind of jiggle around on the bench, Mark. I think what might be a good idea. Oh, actually, we could do that as well.
What?
I've got a piece of plywood. We could, you know, it's on these kind of plasticky rubber. In fact, actually, that's just loosened itself off from the vibrations. We could bolt that to a bit of plywood and have it a little cleat on the front, so you can put it in the vise to stop it from jingle-angling around.
Oh, Jamie would be so proud of me.
It's not joined to show.
Okay, he's a busy man. Probably out buying paddling pools. Right.
That never came across in the road trip, did it?
No.
Some stories are best left untold.
What's that bit of abrasive paper I was using?
I'm surprised how quickly that cut through there.
Keep getting my tea in the way of the man bitter. Have you got a round file?
No, but what we could make a
Just roll this up.
yeah, well done pencils. I've actually only got a rasp. Way too aggressive for what you want. No, that's too big. That one. Down. I might have a. I've only got triangular.
Okay. Pencil will do the job.
Just step back a bit. I could actually do with seeing if Uncle Pete will let me steal a small selection of some of his files. I'm going to be doing more metally things. You done with this?
Yes.
I can't get it in there because literally like that. Camera's there.
You could keep it out if you wanted. You could do a scroll saw project of your own. Wow.
Yes. That isn't ever so likely. To be fair, it's not completely bonkers mad idea. So I have done some before, as you know.
Team scroll saw.
Well,
That's okay. It's a little bit wibbly in places, but I think that's all right.
I think it's allowed to be wibbly.
I think that'll do.
What's that there?
If we wanted it to be dead straight and perfect, we could have bought it from a shop.
these things might be. There we go. That's it.
What about your eyes?
My eyes, they're bleeding.
From what?
Watching you scroll saw.
That's just mean. Right. Come on, then, let's do it.
Wait, what we're doing now?
Cut that to size.
Yeah. Don't want that. Probably do it with the chop saw. Actually, that'd be quicker and probably more accurate than using the. Where have I put the chop saw? Did I take it all the way through? Oh no, it's done. Come on out. I need to put the saw exactly where you put all that stuff.
I didn't put it all there. Nothing to do with me, Gaffer.
Yeah, whatever. Whatevs.
Oh, that's awesome, Andy. I need to do a little leather making. I need to make a case for my hiking knife. That's awesome. Well done, little mini maker.
What's done this?
Andy's son has just made himself a leather bracelet just from watching his dad. No instruction.
No instruction? That's cool. I don't think this is going to work with this stupid hinge thing on it. It's just going to pull holes and then you're going to have a hole in the back, which you're going to see. Or are you covering that with something to your wax stuff on? Or are you going to wax straight onto
Yeah,
that?
you won't. No, I'm going to cover it with a piece of paper. You won't see it from the inside.
Okay. Just get this off then without
Mr.
trashing.
Cute. Morning.
Just appears just after the scroll sawing is finished.
Yeah,
Nice.
fancy seeing you here. You've just missed the scroll sawing.
Nicely timed, that, Chris. Well done. Okay. Right, that could go in there. Can you put those back on the pillar drill for me, please?
We're not using the pillar drill again now, are we?
No, I don't think so. I don't think you need that. You cutting this, or do you want me to do it? You cut it.
I'll do it.
Cut this pencil on there.
Switched on and plugged in and ready to go.
Is the light on?
No.
There you go. So cut it on the other side of the line. That's it, yeah. Because if you cut on the other side, you're going to make it as big as it wants, less the width of the blade.
Something's not straight.
Probably a bit fast. Yeah, a bit glass.
Yeah,
But actually, that's all right.
that'll be okay, won't it?
Just take a little wisp off that. Just to be on the safe side.
Mini makers are proper makers. Noodle Boy got a mini maker sticker last summer from Safe, and he was not even 17 then, only 16.
Yeah, because he's only just 17.
Yeah.
Okay, right, while I'm packing this away, can you grab the band? In fact, can you run upstairs in the box of stuff?
Yeah.
And get some glue and the tin of ebonising spray.
Right.
And I will put this away. Well, out of the way at least. What's going on? Oh, that's a bit weird. There we go. See all the messiness outside now. So how old's your young'un, Andy? Oh, 11. Oh, just sorry, I'm reading out the chat. Kind of that age where might as well be 21, but well, they think they might as well be 21.
Who's 21?
I was just saying. I asked Andy how old his young'un is, but he actually said he was 11. I hadn't seen that bit. Well, that's the age, like old enough to know their own mind. I think they're might as well be 21.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When you're 11, you know everything.
This keeps rotating on there.
Right. So Chris, in case you missed it, because you're joining us halfway through.
Have a little recap.
Yes.
First.
Do you remember this? We're in the right place. This project, my first scroll saw project, which I said was just a practice piece, but I didn't want to bin it. So I have been out this morning to the charity shop and picked up a cheap frame, salvaged the glass out of it, and now we are making. You're so weird. We are making a box frame / money box savings box for my holiday spends for our next trip to Disney. So that's what this is for. And we have cut the sides from the bottom. We're getting there.
You are rocking it, aren't you?
Yeah. Okay.
Can't use that clamp. We've got to use this clamp. Do you know where I got that clamp from?
Did you get that from Home Depot?
I did get that from Home Depot in Orlando when we were in Orlando.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, just in case anyone didn't know, if it might come up, when you go through airport security, TSA give you a real dodgy look when you've got Bessie band clamps in your hand luggage. So
not as bad as the look they gave me when we came back from Crete with a ceramic pot full of herbs in your hand luggage.
Oh, good grief. That was mad.
Right. Come on, listen about.
I thought I was going to get rubber gloved by a Greek airport attendant.
I think you would have done too if you didn't look like one of the locals.
Let's put that down there somewhere. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. You won't need that just yet. Yeah. Gluey. Wrap you around with a clamp. Tight. Put it back in.
I'll do the squirting around with the glue.
Right. Before you do that, just put it in with all the bits. Now, do you need, because that's going to be in there, do you need to do that with the paper and your waxy thing before we assemble this? How are you putting?
That's just going to slot in and out, isn't it?
Yeah, so you want to put
that can go in and out afterwards.
Yeah. So we're going to glue the glass in now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. We should cut it longer. We're going to have to cut another bit of.
Why?
Because it's not going to reach on the thing, is it? No.
Oh.
It needs to go all the way to the top. Remember? And we couldn't have used that bit, I don't think, because it was too. Oh yeah, we could have.
That's okay.
Look at me right like that?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do it that way. That's fine. Phew. Glass.
Yeah.
Put the glass in it.
So that is actually the bottom.
when we glue it up now, yeah. Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
Trying to wrestle a squid by all accounts. Hold that on the corner. There you go. Right, so that will go on there, won't it? So look like on the other side. So this will need a little bit of adjustment when we put it around. Okay.
Oh, it looks really good.
Just jiggle those in place.
Chris went through TSA with a card scraper honing rod once. We almost didn't remember playing with it.
Oh, a burnishing rod. Awesome. Right, that's going to go on there like that, yeah? And then gluey. So you can take that off. And
It's ready for the next stage.
what we do when we glue this up, we need to make sure that that bit is on this side so that you can slide that out over that and work on the thing whilst it's in the glue, okay?
Yeah.
Right.
How long will the glue take to go off?
Don't know, hour? Couple of hours?
Okay.
The longer you leave it, the better it'll be.
So really, ideally, it's not. We'll have to come back tomorrow to finish off the ebonising and the putting it together, aren't we?
Yeah, probably be as well too if we can. Not in any rush, are you?
No.
Like, you're not going to Disney tomorrow, are you?
Sadly not.
There you go. Right, so that'd be about the right size. Let's just loosen that off. Okay, right, take that out. Take that off.
Okay, can't work this.
Just lift the thing up. Pull.
Trying and don't call me Paul.
Yeah, I'll let you off. That's what I glued in there. Okay. Put a little squiggle on it. You know how to do it, haven't you? You know what you're doing. Someone's got it because I got clay.
It's alright, everything's fine. Probably put too much on here.
If you've only put it on one side, it doesn't make you put it on both sides.
Shall I stop now?
Yeah, because there's plenty. Yeah, you've got plenty on there.
Oh god, yeah, way too much. Yeah.
But too much is not enough. Okay. Probably should have cleaned this glass, but you do it when it's in. Right, when you put these on, make sure the flat bits are on the, because they have a tendency of rolling those little bits out there. Let's have the cat on the roof. Also, they want to try and be central as well, because they'll pull it round as it tightens it up. Like that one, that's like you see the whole lot of bloody going round, isn't it? Pulls it in. Look, just loosen it off. Pull all these over. Right. I kind of like that plywood edge on there.
Yeah, I do as well. That's moved it in. Using the ebonising spray rather than black spray paint, you'll still see that, won't you?
Yeah. Well, if you don't put loads of layers of it on, yeah.
See what the chat's saying.
Just saying, hurry up, I'm bored.
Oh, Max says it's looking good.
It's good away.
Yeah.
Right, put that on that. That's on there. Just keep moving around though.
Yeah.
It's because it's got no ties or anything in there. And when we did these mitres before, we put the dominoes in there, didn't we?
Yeah.
The dominoes in there, so. Good enough is good enough, as they say. Right, if you want to just grab a chisel and just scrape that glue off those end bits there. Just, that's it.
Have a bit of kitchen paper or rolled rag or something.
Alright. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Right, so put that to one side. I put it in the warm, that'll go off a little bit better then. And most importantly, be out of the way. Right, you can do waxy stuff now, can't you?
Yeah.
I don't know what the waxy stuff is, so.
Well, I've done this once before with my friend who was sort of getting into it, and I'm hoping I can remember the basic principles of what you've got to do.
Wax on, iron off there. I'll put this over here, yeah? Put this over here. People can see just what the heck it is you're doing. How's that?
A bit of scrap that I can
A bit more down. Bit of scrap.
Yeah, scrap paper or just a piece of scrap ply or anything in case.
In case
I get wax over the edge. I want to work straight onto this because it's not flat, it's lumpy.
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, that's easily sorted. That's easily sorted. Take that. Stop on that.
Oh, okay. Right. So. It's alright to put the iron straight down on here.
Probably not. Use that bit of wood that you left all your wood shavings in.
No.
Open the window, flick all those out, those little bits out the window, and then you can use that as a iron board. There you go. There you go. That's why you have a window instead of a bin. Just chip it out the window.
Okay, so
I don't know what you're doing now, so I'm just going to watch, disappear, and probably try and do the chat, but make a cup of tea first.
okay. Well, I'm going to have a couple of little practice goes. So the idea is I'm going to make a sort of colourful insert that'll go on the back of my box frame to make like a sort of a background that then this will sit against, if that makes sense. But because I've only done this once before with supervision and I can't remember what I'm doing, I'm going to do some little practice bits.
I just had a little thought for what it's worth, and what you could do is stop this live stream and start a completely new one. So if anyone watches it afterwards, there's one about basically making the frame, and there's one about the wax thing. Or you could just crack on and depends on what you think worth.
I don't know. I mean, everybody would have to sort of bug out and back in again, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's true. Probably not worth the aggro.
Nah. Okay, so.
I'll get back in the box. In the box if you need me.
Okay. So I've got these colours of wax. And if I remember rightly, you just sort of draw onto the iron, which is not anywhere near hot enough yet. A bit longer to warm up. Melt the wax onto the iron and then apply it onto the paper. Now, I think it has to be sort of fairly glossy paper. This is cheap photo paper, picture paper. Super absorbent paper like watercolour type sketch pads are not suitable. It has to be this sort of smooth, shiny. Anyway, there's loads of videos on YouTube that show you actually how to do this if you know what you're doing. So this is just me playing and hoping that the iron is going to start getting hot soon. Ah, okay. Okay. I think I just have to leave that for a minute. So the box frame the glue is drying, and then probably tomorrow now that's going to get ebonized, and so is this. So hopefully it should look sort of silhouette-y against the colourful background I'm going to come up with. I know what I can do while I'm waiting for that. This is what I can do. I can cut this to size while I'm waiting for the iron to warm up. Where's your cutting mat?
Cutting that? For the big ones. Do you need it?
Yes, please.
Presumably that's why you
Asked for it.
requested it.
I think I'll cut this slightly bigger than what I need, so I can trim it if necessary.
Well, what you could do is you could do your picture over that whole bit of paper, and then you could spray mount that to the board, and then just cut it. Would that work?
Yeah.
So just do your picture over the whole bit of paper, and then spray mount,
And then just trim
stuff it up, and then just cut it with a stand knife.
Okay. Fine.
With that?
So I don't actually need that right now then.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to kill time while I waited for the iron to warm up. That's
You could
getting hot.
dance a little jig. You could can you do like a Brazilian rumba or a
Unlikely.
a Tuscan?
There we go. Right. That's nice and liquid now. I'm gonna have a bit of that.
Bring this down a bit.
Bit of that. Okay.
Still working in the shadow or something. Is it still? Yeah, it still works, doesn't it?
I'm not sure this paper's glossy enough.
Does it have to be like photographic paper? Is it?
Yeah, sort of.
It's the phone. I bet it's someone trying to tell us our internet's compromised.
Okay, well, you get the general gist anyway. So then, if we wanted to add a bit of green, sort of some natural kind of colours, then you could put on landscapey kind of.
I'm assuming that wasn't from a professional company because he just said, yeah, really. He asked, like, was it you that I was talking to? And I said, oh, who's calling, please? And he said, was it you? And I said, well, who's calling, please? And he said, well, we're off.
Well, that's rude.
That's exactly what I said to him, and he put the phone down. So presumably it wasn't anyone either important, legitimate, or anything like that. Someone fishing for information.
Yeah, I might need to get some shinier paper.
Could you do it directly onto the wood?
Or if you painted it white first? Yeah, I suppose you could. I mean, you get the sort of gist of just doing sky and a bit of landscapey type thing there, but then you can do sort of a bit more detail. You could put in dab to make sort of like bark effects. And then don't have to be particularly artistic to achieve sort of decent results. You can use like a thin stylus for this, but if you just wanted to sort of use the basic iron, you can get some quite interesting.
Dave the wood barber came in and then went out again. His dad wants some help.
Oh, okay. Oops. Let's see what else can we put in. I could put in like a.
Mark says he didn't hear the glass rattling and it didn't break, so that's a good thing.
With the frame.
I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm just playing different techniques. There you go. I mean, you could have like flowers. That's not worked out very well.
So what sort of paper is this? Is this? Let me go upstairs. I'm sure I had some proper photo gloss paper, plastic stuff.
Yeah, this is just, well, matte coated inkjet paper. I think it's meant to be glossy. some long grass in the foreground. I don't really think it's supposed to. Not exactly what I had in mind, but I mean, you get the sort of idea. I think glossy paper would work better, but all I wanted to let me just clean this wax off there. I was hoping to achieve a kind of a sunset kind of. Ah, no, that's nice. It's like a midnight blue, a bit of a brighter blue. Some white and some pink. More white. Ooh, it's interesting. Wasn't really what I was expecting.
Got these.
Is that photo paper?
Yeah. Got glossy photo paper. This is a Canon stuff. I don't know what this is because I haven't had a Canon printer. Yeah, this is what you want, I think. Yeah, that's like proper.
Yeah, it just looks messy. It's not really. Yeah, that should be better. Right, let me slice that up. I'm just going to cut it up roughly.
Sorry, no, that's just. That's what looked like there was a bit of wood in the bottom of the little cardboard pouch. But it wasn't. It was a bit of thick folded cardboard, so it has a flat bottom on the little pouch, not a pointy end.
I should really be cutting this on a cutting mat and not on the board that I'm going to use.
You cut it on this.
Will that not damage the blade?
Be fine. Just cut it. That's what I said for.
Okay. Let me have a try with that now.
Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to dismantle this lamp, I think. I was going to do it as like a video, film it, like try and do a storytell, but I think I might just do it now. Get it out of the way.
Still not as shiny as I would like. Although I did see something on one of the things about giving it a little polish when you've finished.
Yeah, because you're going to be sort of buffing the wax, aren't you?
Sure. But people are thinking, what a blooming mess.
That looks like a stormy sea. That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah.
Or is it meant to be a sky?
Well,
I suppose it doesn't matter either way, does it?
no. I mean, what I'm not sure about is trying to do something as big as what I'm trying to do.
What do you mean?
Well, I want to do something this size, don't I?
Yeah.
And I'm struggling to get enough wax on this little iron to just get all the way across that little piece. I don't want to get wax all over that.
So just clean it off. It's only for veneers. It's bogging anyway, look.
Well, yeah, but it's not flat on the bottom either, is it?
Well, it is, but it's got the. Well,
Okay, let me try. I'm going to try turning that down a little bit.
there you go. What's the worst that could happen? Ruin my mum's old iron.
Well, the other alternative is if I decide I don't like the way this looks for the back of my mini box, I can watercolour backing.
Yeah, you could do.
But
stick with that for now. This is here, that up here. If you want to use it, you can. Wax is going to be easy enough to clean off and iron, isn't it?
Yeah.
With a rag, so crack on. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Simple as that.
Ooh. Yeah, see, I really like these colours, but maybe I'm not putting enough on. I thought I'd got loads on, but I think the paper's too absorbent.
Even the really glossy
shiny
one.
stuff, yeah.
Do you need to put like a base coat of wax on it?
Not sure. I'm not super happy with how that looks.
What's everyone saying?
Dave's obviously there. Oh, Jamie's here. You missed the scroll sawing, Jamie. Airbrushing stream, yeah. I need to get some kit from my dad and bring it over, and then I can do. Definitely. In fact, that would be absolutely ideal for what I'm trying to do on the back of here. But I haven't got any airbrushing kit here.
Why not then? If you're not happy with how that's, I mean, I think that's pretty cool. Why not? We'll give Dad a call. Say, Dad, put a load of airbrushing kit together. And then when we go out tonight to billing, we'll go pick it up.
Yes, we'll have Andy and Sally with us, won't we? They won't go over there. Yeah. I've got to go over to Northampton next week for the dentist. I'll pick it up. Then.
Well, I was thinking if you do it tonight, you can do a live stream tomorrow, then, can you?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm not super happy with how that looks. That's not too bad, but.
Well, maybe then.
I'm not getting the look I want to get.
Maybe then that paper's fine, and that paper's too glossy. Try that other bit of paper.
Which one's that?
This the Canon high res.
Okay.
See what happens. Just play, have an experiment. You might find that one bit of paper works better than the other. Oh, that came out there easier than I thought it was going to. I'm causing disturbances in the background. Got it.
Yeah, no, the paper's wrong. I've decided I'm not going to waste any more wax. It's just not. When I did it before with Laura, it just like glided over the surface and the wax stayed. You could move the wax around and play with it once you got it on the paper. This is just absorbing straight into the paper.
Okay.
So that's no good. I'm just using that wax for.
Did you coat the paper with anything?
No, it's just what came in her kit. So, I mean, you can get some really nice effects. Landscapes and skies and seas and stuff. But no, I'm just going to use up all my wax and not have anything decent to show for it. So I don't want to do that. But that was not quite the success I was hoping for. But that's okay. We're still a little way away from finishing that project. And I have other things I can play with. So are you going to do the lampshade next?
Yeah, that's what I want to get on with.
Are you going to stay live while you're doing that?
All I've done is it's going to be sanding next. I don't think people want to watch me sand all that.
No, that's boring.
I'll probably do it on my. I might do it tomorrow on my channel. Okay. What are you up to tomorrow?
Not much.
Have you got anything planned?
No. Shall I get my watercolours out and have a play with those, or shall we call it a day for today?
Well, if you're going to do it anyway, just keep the thing up. If people have got stuff to do and they want to watch another time or never, they can do it themselves. They're not forcing anyone to.
Yeah. Photo paper. Yeah, that's what we were using, Jamie. That's what I thought I needed, but I don't think it's glossy enough, the stuff we're using. We loaded lots of wax onto the iron. Jamie's getting at you.
He's always getting at me.
Watercolours, play. Okay.
Hi, Paul. Paul Wilmot's just joined us.
Oh, hi, Paul. Talk amongst yourselves then, people. I'm back in a couple of minutes.
Oh, what? Is this iron cooling down now? Is it? Yeah. encaustic wax colours. What's the I don't know. What's the difference between encaustic wax and wax crayons? No idea. I'm doing a lamp. It was a lamp. That was the lamp. It's a 3-legged lamp, and this had a really big brass tube in it, which went through this hole. And I've just pulled it apart because it wasn't working. Because where's the end? It was only 2 quart, and actually the plastic end had broken on there as well. So I've just taken this apart. I've got some really nice twisted retro cable, kind of this sort of stuff, with like a nylon cover, but it's brown and it's 2 core twist. Well, it's 3 core, but it's 2 things twisted over like that, and a new brass or bronze end thing. So I'm going to clean this all up and make it. It's only been sitting here for like 4 years to do as well. I'm quite pleased at just how quickly it is. Let's do that. So Paul's saying hi. It looks good. I didn't make this lamp. I think this was Kat's granddad's. He probably made it. It always had one wobbly leg, and I've just basically dismantled the whole thing so I can sand it down, refinish it, re-glue it, and basically remake the lamp. That's the idea. And then Kat's going to do a lamp shade. But I love these. Stormy Seas. She's always so critical of herself. That again looks like the sea to me, like it needs a little wax boat in there. Do you think? I don't know if people could see that themselves. That's what I see anyway. I see like a sunsetty, angry sky with a stormy sea. You wait till she starts airbrushing. Just making a mess. Making a mess in my workshop, Kat. So I'll get to clear all this away. Are you back?
Come on, tidy up.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to end up doing, isn't it? I'm going to be Mr. Tidy Up. Tidy up time! But do you need these 2 bits of glass that you offcuts? No. Oh, that's the other thing, Jamie. You missed glass cutting as well as scroll sawing. Ha!
Yeah, where have you been, Jamie? Come on, you've got anything more important to do, have you, than spend time with us on a Saturday afternoon?
It's not like you can go anywhere in a hurry. Just one more excuse to tease Jamie.
Yeah, you know it's going to tease you, so you might as well get in while you can.
Exactly. Strike while the iron's hot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move these bits out of the way. I'll move them over here under the camera.
Okay.
Because then I can move that to behind you. And then I can use the workbench for actual workbench stuff and get on with things that I would kind of like to get on with. So that's all right. Oh, I started making a cup of tea like 20 minutes ago as well. So I'll just go put some milk in it.
He's always doing that. That's why the inside of his mug is like dark black, because it's always over stewed and disgusting. What are we all up to today then? Oh no! Daddy Jamie's bust his ankle. Oh God! So your poor mum is having to deal with a pair of cripples. I bet you've got Vicky running around playing nursemaid, haven't you? How did you manage that then, Jamie? Oh, you made me one as well.
Yeah, of course I made you one as well. You turn me off every time I make a cup of tea and don't make you milk.
Rightly so. Did you hear what I said? Jamie's dad's bust his ankle today.
Oh, ouch. More importantly, when you've got my blue tape, where'd you get that blue tape from?
Oh, where it lives. Who's making the Viking sword? Andy? Is that you? Right. This could be really embarrassing, even more embarrassing than the wax, because I really don't know what I'm doing with this either.
Too many people on the internet do the whole tutorials, and I think that's I don't think too many people do the tutorials. I think too many people watch the tutorials and get it into their heads that they can't do it.
Mm. Well, let this be a lesson in how not to do it.
Or inspiration to just,
Have a go.
get on and do it. Crack on, have a go.
The thing is with painting, you do have to, I think, have a modicum of artistic ability, which I don't. That's why I like knitting, because there's a pattern to follow and a right and a wrong way of doing it. But actually all I'm trying to achieve, I'm not going to paint a picture or anything, I just want a colourful background for my scroll saw project to sit against. So I think I should better manage that. I've got 2 lots of watercolours. Where's the camera? Oh, it's there. Okay.
That's going to make it
I've got
even worse.
metallic ones with dog hair in, and then I can't even get into these ones. This set, which I think I got from Hobbycraft, quite cheaply. So not exactly extensive art supplies. Ooh, Andy's making a Viking sword to make a what, to exhibit? Andy, are you actually going to put it on show?
I'm trying to work out where it is.
He's refusing to dress up. Jamie. I should paint Richard. Yeah.
With the iron and the wax things.
Stand still. Could paint you a little tash on.
No, I don't think he meant, well, he probably did mean paint on me. I think he meant paint a picture of me.
Yeah, that wouldn't go well.
Just, got his clothes on the stall there. Little,
Please.
what, you want me to tackle out? I want a wimple. I should have gone before we started.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't bring my palette-y thing downstairs with me.
Oh, have you got a board with the whole
No.
floppy hat? Where's the floppy hat?
No, I don't have one of those either. What
Oh.
colours shall I do then? Let's have a bit of grey.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the iPad to just under here, and you can see the chat better then.
Okay.
Just a second, and I will be back.
For those of you that have just tuned in, this is Noodle's watercolour masterclass in how not to do it. Oh, you know what? That looks like a big blob of water just falling in there, and that's not what I wanted. Let's have a bit of blue in there as well. Kind of want to mix some of the blue and the grey together. That's interesting. So be done in 30 seconds with a airbrush. Let's try a bit of that. Oh, okay. Yeah, why not? Let's have a bit of. Oh, okay, I like that. Let's try put that colour in there. Okay, now we're looking colourful.
Jamie's being rude again.
What's he saying? I
He's
can't believe
saying
that for a
grey.
payment.
You're starting with Richard's hair. He wants to know what's the plastic for?
What plastic? What, the bit in my hand?
It doesn't say.
The bit in my hand is just
why not straight to paper? He said.
because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm using this to mix colours like as a palette. That's just the lid for the metallic one. So I'm just mixing colours a little bit on there to see what it looks like before I put it on the paper. I don't know. Don't really know what I'm doing. But that could look quite nice. Where's my squirrel saw bit?
That's it. No, that's the.
Oh, that'll give an idea, won't it? Just yeah. That's it. So if you imagine that black against the background there.
Yeah, how could you do it so you've got what you really reminds me of every time I see that silhouette, it reminds me of the fireworks. So you need that.
Okay. Don't know. Never done anything like that before.
And would that be better off going all the way to the edges?
Yeah, it probably would.
So like, you know, paint over blue
I don't know
tone.
if it's a bit late to try and add that in now. Should have gone all the way to the edges at the beginning, shouldn't I? But this is just practice anyway, so it doesn't matter really. So I'm going straight onto the paper, I'm getting a much stronger colour, which isn't really what I wanted.
And he's just said, flick the paint with the brush.
Yeah. So like when I was doing the snowy Christmas cards, I did that. So what colour would I use for the fireworks?
I guess you could use any colour as long as any of the primary colours, as long as it was sort of neat rather than watered down.
You'd have to water it down a bit, I think, to get it to flick.
You could scrape off the things, make the paper wet, and drop the bits on the. What would happen if you did that?
Well, this is just a practice one, isn't it? Because I haven't gone all the way up to the edges. So let's see. Actually, I was going to add some of this metallic in first. It's got all dog hair in it. This is really old. I've had this since the days when I used to do card making. Let me see if I can't get the dog hair out of that.
Yes, people saying load the brush up and hit it against something so it splatters.
Yeah.
Wayne's saying get an old toothbrush and flick it on a bit like that.
Yeah.
Buff it.
Yeah.
No, we flick that on.
Yeah. I don't know if this metallic stuff is going to sort of catch the light when it dries or not really.
How do you get that back to flat?
It will always curl up a bit like that while it's wet, and then when it dries, you can sort of get it back how you want it.
Okay.
And once it's spray mounted onto something anyway.
Yeah, I think you will sort of hold it in place.
Bright colour, yeah. Okay. Let's have a try with that then. I only brought one brush downstairs with me. So if we try.
There's a brush there.
There is.
So you brought two brushes down, maybe?
Yeah, I forgot that one was there.
But it's like right there.
Okay. I wonder if you could. Oh! Oh no, don't think I like that.
Green.
Not sure I like that effect, folks. Let's try with the green.
It's blue from here. Oh no, it's good.
Too dark. Quick, someone Google how to paint fireworks.
Google. How to paint fireworks with watercolours.
Yeah.
So
I'm thinking like.
There's unsurprisingly a large amount of.
Yeah.
Okay. So you need some cool music and a cup of coffee. Yeah, they look cool.
Ooh. Wow. That does not look like something that's within my capabilities.
Okay, we've got glamour shots. That looks like it's been.
That looks like the ones we used to do at school with the glue and the glitter.
Okay, so you put some paint on the brush.
Yeah.
And then, oh, they're drawing all shapes.
Right.
So they're drawing all the, looks like the, yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh, interesting. So
Is
it's
it?
a chalk. Is that a chalk?
is it chalk or is it wax? Might be white wax
Andy's
crayon.
saying do a droplet and then drag the brush in the direction of the spray.
If it is chalk, I've got some white chalk up there. I bet that's a white wax crayon, and then they go over the everything in black. Yes.
Oh yeah, like you used to do at school with the underwater pictures.
Yeah. So like.
Oh, that's clever.
You do all the swirly whirlies, and then
go over it with black. Ooh, okay.
new bit of paper. White wax crayon. White wax crayon.
Okay. All right. So yeah, let's try that then.
Have you got a white wax crayon?
No, I've got the encaustic wax that I've just put away.
That's it. You've got white one of those. What's the difference between encaustic wax and wax crayons?
I don't know.
Smells the same. Oh, there's that one as well. There's a clear one that you haven't used yet.
No. Okay, yeah, we better explain because people watching haven't just seen the video that you've just seen. Okay, so we just watched a quick tutorial on fireworks with watercolours, and what they basically did was painted swirls and circles in all different colours.
Right, I'll put the link in the chat.
Okay, and then draw over the fireworks sort of sparkles, if you like, with a white wax crayon or just any piece of wax, and then go over the entire thing with black watercolour. So obviously the watercolour then doesn't stick to where you've put the wax, and the colours come through from underneath. Oh, that's torn it. So that makes sense. You might remember doing something like that at school. I know we used to do similar things. Not too dark. You can always go back once the blue dries and add a watered down white to it. Okay. Another piece of paper then. Where did you put my sketch pad? This is actually Tink's paper that I'm stealing.
Yeah, she doesn't know. She probably doesn't know what it is anyway.
She might if she watches this.
Unlikely.
That is true. If it hasn't got Sherlock Holmes or Doctor Who in it, she's unlikely to watch it, to be fair.
Right.
Yeah, Andy's on the right page now. He's on about what he knows what we're on about.
Copy. Google. Paste. Right, so I've put the link to the video I just watched in the chat on my phone.
That's it. I've got crayons that the kids used when they were little.
Oh, like that, yeah. I'll just go and get the kids' stuff, save using my own bits. How? That's so naughty. Use my tape, my bits of plywood, my worktop, kids' wax crayons. Yeah. Just hide that again. My kitchen roll as well, my wood turning. Honestly, they really have quite a consistency of borrowing here. What's going on in the chat? Actually, never got taught this at uni or school so much. Have you got a fine arts degree then, Andy? That's kind of cool. Yeah, top of my head. I've never been one for painting or anything myself. Tea's gone cold. Let's get rid of that. Do a fresh one in a second. Oh, while Cat's out, I will grab the Brasso. Whilst he's not required to be here. Brasso. I think I've got an actual tin of Brasso liquid somewhere as well. Clunk. Because I need Brasso for cleaning. There it is. Got it. So I need this for cleaning the. There's not much of that left. Then I want the. That's in the other room. Somewhere. Where's it gone? It's getting dark. Tell you what, now it's getting a bit dark out here. Cat could use the table through there and the light would be on and you'd be able to see much, much better. I will broach this opportunity to her when she returns. But until then, because if I move that, you see. Oh no, what's going on there? It won't work. Do you want to use the drawing room table, because you can have like the big light on in there, and you can. No, it's not that. It'll be warm in there because as the sun goes down, it's going to be. Oh, the blooming cable. Plus, you can set it all up on the table and.
I didn't know you had a fine art degree. Now I feel a little bit self-conscious. Okay, I'll just be getting my coat.
Do you want to go on the table?
Yeah, okay.
Do you just think it would be a bit easier for you? You sit up on the table then. And you'd be in the warm then as well, wouldn't you?
I like that idea.
Out of my way. I mean, in the warm. There we go. I'll settle this up on the table. Look at that, see.
It means nothing, Andy. It means something. Somebody with no discernible artistic talent whatsoever, like me. I probably shouldn't be doing this in front of somebody that actually knows what they're doing.
Right down there.
Okay, what's that doggy noodle?
I kind of got that right. Right, for once. Move the laptop down. Can everyone hear that humming?
I can.
Well, obviously you can because you're in the room with me. I'm going to turn that off. That should. There we go. That's. Dog's like, what's going on? Good things to do. And then see that you can do that. See what's going on with.
Yeah, go on then. You can help. Yeah, why not? You're probably at least as talented as I am with a paintbrush. No, you're going to get paint on the end of your snout.
No, I'm going to get it on the end of your snout.
Good dog. Right. Oh, you're so warm. Oh.
That's because she's been
Covered by the sofa all day.
in a blankety nest. There you go. If I do that, you see, like there you can see the frame and that and everything.
And all the mess.
Well, it's your mess.
Right.
But most importantly, you're out of the cold. That's the word I was looking for.
Way.
No, a little bit. Little small.
Oh, nice one, Vicky. She's just got a 1 stone award. Slimmer of the week 4 times, slimmer of the month. Oh, she's the one that takes the raffle money prize home every single week, isn't she? Oh, that's fantastic. Nice work. You can tell her that I've been completely off plan over Christmas, and I think I probably put on about half stone. Right. Yes, I know, but I didn't need to eat all the cheese and wine and chocolate and pudding and crackers and biscuits. And
children's meals.
Trifle. And,
children's food.
Yeah. Right. Thank you, Poppy. I think that's about as much help as you can be. Right. So I didn't watch the. Cookie Lost over Christmas. How? How is that even possible? She must have been so good. Your talent just because a piece of paper doesn't mean I can paint. Well, I would like to say my teenage daughter wanted to do art for GCSE because although she can't paint particularly or draw, she is creative in other ways, and she asked the art teacher about the possibility of doing art at GCSE, doing something with photography or sculpture or textiles or some other medium other than a pencil and paper, and she got told no. Only interested in GCSE art for people who can draw, which I just think is a great big pile of.
I think that art teacher needs to be taken to one side and educated in a manner of great importance, because they are to the teaching profession what a con man is to the general public.
Yeah, I know, right? That was more or less my response, Andy. Gutted. So then she decided she wanted to do resistant materials instead, so she could make stuff, but that was oversubscribed because they only have so many workbench spaces, and they were all taken. So she's ended up doing graphics, which she's not interested in the slightest.
But do you know what? That will reflect her in her grades,
exactly,
and that will reflect the school, and good. Because if you have a school with that kind of attitude, they don't deserve good league table results.
So I will just point out at this stage that I kind of skimmed the video that Richard found, which is linked above. So I only saw the very sort of basics of what we're supposed to be actually trying to achieve here. So who knows what can happen. This is something. Oh, you've got a low battery on your iPad. No. Oh no! Oh no! I like these metallic paints though. They're really shimmery.
Right. It's not a problem because I've got the extra long charging leads. You see that? Let me. Is it going to reach?
Nice.
So, let me just power down the.
Oh, that's nice.
Print server. Shut down the system.
And you got an F in graphics. Yeah.
I started taking GCSE art at secondary school, along with woodwork, and our art teacher was a little bit.
Get down.
I was always a bit suspicious of his motives and background, shall we say. Never really got on with him. It was just something we didn't gel. And I stopped doing art after he had a pop at me because he wasn't in one day, and I opened up his art store so that the rest of the class could get on with their work, because he used to have like this private area in the studio which was his, and it was always locked. But then inside that was an art cupboard where all the good supplies were for all the GCSE students that was never locked. So he never locked his cupboard, but he always locked like the corner of the thing, which was like his little officey type place. And I opened it up with a cutlery knife because it wasn't a particularly secure area, and he went absolutely mad. And I never did art again. I don't know what he thought I was going to find, like, you know.
Yeah, he obviously had something he didn't want you to find.
Well, looking back on it, that kind of is what I take away from it. But you know, when you're 16, you think, what am I going to do? Am I going to like run away with the shiny paper, or you know, set up an international glitter market? I have no idea.
Now, the problem with having dog hair in your paint is that occasionally one will find its way into your work. I'm sure the professionals don't have dog hair in their paints.
You might have professional dog paint.
3 of them, yeah. So we were discussing this with Sophie on the road trip. This is the problem, that so many of the kids want to do something hands-on with their options. They want to choose something where they can make something or do something. There isn't enough workshop space. So I mean, I think out of Chloe's little circle of friends, there was like 5 that she knew of that didn't get a place. I don't know how many places doing resistant materials, woodwork, for want of a better description, metalwork. I don't know how many places were on offer, but it was just massively oversubscribed because all the kids wanted to do it.
This is what I don't understand. You have all these children with a desire to do stuff, and seemingly all these adults, teachers, not wanting to do it. Seemingly, you know, they're always closing the sizes of classes and all the rest of it, and because they haven't got the funding, but they're quite happy to put kids into classes that they don't want to be. So if you've got a classroom full of students that don't want to do, I don't know, graphic design, don't run a graphic design class. Yeah. Don't have a graphics design teacher.
I mean, they obviously can't all have their first choice. Yeah,
very true.
That's just how it is. But
there's enough teachers teaching subjects that they're not trained in anyway. You've got enough, you know, mathematicians teaching French because they know a few words, and enough music classes being taught by PE teachers because they can play a guitar, that they could teach. Not have, you know, you can have a teacher that doesn't know what's going on. But no, they all just want their 45 million days a year holiday, and you know.
Oh, don't start off on that.
Yeah.
Right. Like I said at the beginning of this little segment, I did not watch the entire video. I only like skimmed through a few to get the idea of the basic techniques. So I don't know if this is going to work. I suppose I'm going to have to wait for this to dry, aren't I, before I can do the next bit. I am going to go ahead and put a bit of colour along the bottom as well, I think.
Jamie says he can paint a wall.
Yeah, well, that's still painting.
Jamie wanted to do design technology, GCSE, and they said no. See, I was really lucky actually when I did my GCSEs, because we had 2 classes for woodwork, 2 classes for art, one of which was pottery. Nobody did cookery. Nobody did textiles, but we had cookery room. There are 2 cookery rooms, in fact. You could have 60 kids doing cooking in one go because there were 2 classrooms for that. The school was really well sorted out. I don't know what it's like these days. Chris is saying it's almost like somebody isn't looking at students' interests and balancing the curriculum to fit the desire. So I know they're doing what's easiest for them.
Yeah, the creative side of things isn't what makes them look good at the league table, so no one's interested in it. That's basically what it comes down to, Chris.
Having said that, though, you don't have to be in a school to do a GCSE.
Well, no.
There's absolutely nothing stopping Chloe doing GCSE art with photography and digital cameras, and you contacting the local examination board and saying, what do I need to do? Because anyone can take their kids out of school.
There's nothing stopping me homeschooling them except for the fact that I'd have to be
at
with
home.
her all day, every day,
Yeah.
which is a
But-
terrifying prospect.
But there must be like a happy medium for that. You know, if she wants to do that, she could have a bit of paper that says the testing.
Jeremy got his second choice for most of his options. Yeah. I mean, you should get a first choice in everything else. Well, yeah, in everything else, I suppose. They only pick 3 now. The rest of them are mandatory. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, actually, Jeremy, because when I took Chloe to the options evening, this is turning into a bit of a rant now, but they're all falling over themselves to have her pick their subject. Yeah. My careers teacher at school put me down to be a teacher, Andy. I was even all set with a place at teacher training college, and then I remembered that I hate children. So that was the end of that. Yeah, she can go and do something creative at college if she decides she wants to. Okay, so I might get the hairdryer on this to speed up the process a bit, to dry this.
Yeah.
And then
I'll go and get it because I'm just standing around with my arms crossed reading the comments on the computer, but you can read them on there anyway.
Another one in here.
Did you find the white wax crayon?
No, I thought I had some, but this looks like a 2-year-old could have done it. It's a bit embarrassing, but I am confident it would all look good in the end. Ooh, I don't know what that noise was. Okay, take that up a little bit.
I just had thought.
Careful.
Actually, could be dangerous, but being as you're trying to get that colour to go through the wax, what about a candle?
Yeah, any kind of wax would do.
I mean, we've got enough. Crikey, we've got like kilos and kilos of.
All my candles are fat now. I need one that's sort of crayon shaped that I can draw.
A crayon shaped candle.
Yeah, not. Yeah, they do have a workshop in my kids' school because I had that call one day to say that Ben had taken the end of his finger off on the belt sander, which is easily done. But that's the thing, risk assessments and health and safety and all the rest of it. They have to have like one teacher to every 3 kids in case they do something stupid. You've got rooms to the shop in your own workshop.
The only thing that school's woodworking shop has got over and above in terms of facilities than we've got available here is space.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they've probably got less equipment than you've got.
Chris could do the whole shop, the whole school.
Yeah, there's no spare holes.
No spare holes. Poppy's seen something in the garden.
Maybe a intruder in the garden. Next door's cat.
Right, where do you need to plug it? Right, let me just sort the dog out. Right, one problem at a time, people. You get out there and
Go bark at the fence.
bark at the. Where are we plugging that in?
I don't know.
Do you have a thing with a bar, an extension? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm just trying to think. Maybe upstairs.
I'll tell you what we could do. Let me unplug this. Make sure I unplug the right one.
So slick and professional, this outfit.
Absolutely. Let me put it in there.
Okay.
Does that reach?
Yeah.
Right.
smell a bit of burning hair actually.
It smells a lot of burning hair. I think it's got dust in it. I'll tell you what that reminds me of. It reminds me of bath time as a small child. I'll tell you for why. We used to have one of those like 3-bar electric type things around the light. It always was like burning dust. So as a result, no one ever used it. It made it burn even more.
Yeah, they do have Chloe's school do have lasers and CNCs and stuff, don't they? Because she's done. Yes.
Vacuum former. I want to build a vacuum former.
I'm liking the metallic. I don't know if that's showing up on the camera, but it's really sparkly. I like that.
Yeah.
Right, so
I cut the end of the candle off.
okay.
The thing.
Right. Yeah, that's weird looking.
That's because it's been like hot in there and it's flat. And
so what did he do? Just sort of like drawing like firework shapes.
Yeah, like the explosion.
The only trouble with using a candle rather than a crayon is being able to see where you've gone, isn't it?
But then if you've got the light on it, you can see, can't you? Can you see the?
Yeah, I mean, sort of. I wonder if I'm pressing hard enough. Soon find out, I guess.
Could you see it with a black light? Oh, I've got a black light. Do you mean a UV, Jamie? Is it? No. Just makes it look weird on the thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It would if it was white, wouldn't it? Does it help on the? I think they might be getting a bit fat.
That's all right.
Proof of concept.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not looking for. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm not expecting it to look professional or anything. I'll just put a wrinkle in it there. Turn out the main lights, Jamie says. Hold it to normal light. You should be seeing at least. Okay.
Yeah, it's coming through on the camera. I stood here, I can see where you've put the lines. I don't know if it's seeing that on the. I mean, it's difficult on the screen to see. The dog wants to come in now. Obviously, the garden is secure. Come on, man. You sorted out that fence post.
Right, moment of truth.
There you go, look. Let's bring this down a bit. That's not really open, is it? That's better. I was watching the screen. Stop moving the camera.
Oh, I really like that.
Thing is, that you're using black.
Yeah,
That's awesome. That bit.
that's where it got fatter. Where the end of the wax crayon thing was getting fatter. Look, it's worked out really well as well.
You've got you've got the wooden cut out, haven't you?
Yeah. I don't know if it's normal for my page to be quite so wet, and maybe I'm putting too much water and paint on because it's really wet now.
That's it. Looking at that through my eyes, it looks better in person than it actually does on the screen.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
It's not really showing up on the screen.
It is, but it's showing it up as there's not as much black. If that makes sense. Yeah, that does look good.
That's going to be all right, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine that black. Oh, let's see.
Jamie says turn out the main light. To be fair, that is a bright 60.
It'll look better if you turn the lights off. Thanks,
Yeah.
Jamie.
Oh, let's turn the audio off just a little bit.
I think I'm going to just leave that now. It does look like Olivia could have done it. That's no offence to Olivia, but it looks like it's sort of like primary school art project.
Well, no offense to primary school art, that's exactly the sort of thing that we used to do. I mean, we used to do marbling at primary school, didn't we? And now people do those videos on YouTube and like, wow, that's awesome, because it's cool.
Yeah, I think let it dry. I think that'll make a nice backdrop for the back of my money box. Definitely. Could even put a bit of glitter on it when it's dry.
What are you going to do with the? Because it's going to be off suspended off the front. So what are you?
So that's going to be on the front.
Yeah.
This is a superior streaming channel. Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, don't bother with brain fizz anymore. But to be fair, I wouldn't have had a clue how to do this or set it up or anything without Richard doing it. So I better not be too mean to him, otherwise he might not do it next time.
Of course I'll do it next time, you lunatic.
Right. My glue's not dry yet, is it? I don't want to rush it. If it needs to dry overnight, I can always come back tomorrow.
Well, you're not going to do anything to it, are you?
We'll ebonize it. That's the next thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So the next, I mean, it can certainly come out of the clamp. So I mean, it needs to be sanded. So you've got to sand all the bits of glue off. But yeah, you could ebonize that now.
What's the time? We've been going a long time, haven't we? Do you think we should call it a night for tonight and go back to that tomorrow?
You can do, yeah. Quite happily leave that until the morning.
Yeah. I think so, guys. Thank you for those of you that stuck with us. I think we'll leave this to dry. Leave the glue to dry. And either come back on live tomorrow or I'll just put it on my stories. If it's going to be too much trouble, I can put it on my stories to show how it looks when it's finished.
Just put it on your stories anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Okay.
What's everyone
It was
saying?
nice chatting to everybody.
Thanks for watching.
Give Vicky a big high five from me. That's awesome.
It's 9 people watching.
There's only 2 people joining in with the chat at the moment. So who's everybody else? Okay.
Don't know. I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm up for experimentation, Andy, always. That's why I like trying new things, even if I'm rubbish at them. Oh, Wayne's still here. Yeah, see you soon, Wayne. Well, hopefully we may be back on tomorrow if we have time to show the finished. We'll show it being finished off.
Paul's still here. Paul's hovering.
Is he?
I thought he said hoovering, but it's not. It's hovering.
Maybe he's hoovering as well.
Oh, then he wouldn't have heard you say who's still here.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
good.
Cool.
Now, I know you said you're starving, but you can't have anything to eat yet.
I'm pretty hungry.
Yeah, I know, but you're going to an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet tonight. You've got to get your money's worth.
I know, but I'm still hungry.
You can get your elasticated trousers out.
I need like snackles to get me ready.
It's because I only let you have salad for lunch. Mm.
My bunny impressions.
Lovely
Cool.
food.
Right, these people want to go,
rabbits.
and we now just
Yeah.
like blah, blah, blah.
Oh, he was hoovering. Yes, he was hoovering.
That voice is awesome.
Good. Brownie points for Paul. See? Real men hoover.
Absolutely. Job is going to be done. And Andy says, stop putting yourself down. That was awesome. That does look pretty cool, actually.
Ah, good. Well, yeah, I think it'll be all right once it's dried and in place with everything else. It'll be fine. Yeah.
Sweet. I'm going to hit the stop broadcast button.
Okay.
Catch you later, folks. Look out in for the
Thanks, Paul. Yeah.
notifications. We'll set up. Should we set up the next? Should we set up a broadcast for tomorrow now so it appears in people's feeds?
Yeah, can do.
Cool. Let's do that then. Catch you later, folks.
Bye, everyone.